Hello everyone. This is a no-damage playthrough of ClockTower 1 on the PS1. We will be going for the Jennifer ending and saving all survivors. Please enjoy.
The evil
All the victims
murderer
were slashed to
lived.
death.
With a knife?
No, it sounds crazy, but it looks like they were killed with a giant pair of scissors.
The giant scissors once again search for prey. A trail of terror stretches across Europe, from Norway to England.
Here it is, the Barrows Mansion. We have to go there and look around, or we'll never solve the mystery of Scissormans.
You've got to be joking. It's way too dangerous.
As long as he's alive, we're not safe anywhere, Doc.
One after another, the horrifying murders continue. Who will make it through this game of murder alive? ClockTower.
Fear is fascinating. What's going on, guys? So ClockTower 1 is a point-and-click game. It's pretty straightforward. There are different options that you could do in order to get the outcome. You could have the Helen ending, the Jennifer ending, but we're going to start a brand new fresh game.
Professor Barton? Professor Barton? Professor Barton? What on earth are you doing, Professor? You mustn't hypnotize her like this. She's not ready to remember the murders yet.
Helen, the ClockTower murders are fascinating research material for me. I must know the truth of what happened.
She can't take any more of this today, Professor. I'm taking her home.
All right. But remember one thing, Helen. You may be her guardian, but you are also my assistant.
Yes, Professor.
So the professor is basically fascinated with Scissorman, a known murderer of the lands around this area. We're going to go ahead and inspect the giant scissors, which will trigger a weird cutscene. So now we're going to go ahead and inspect the bed twice. For some reason, he likes to stare at the bed and discuss a little bit about the murders. Interesting dude, to say the least, through this game. But again, a lot of information is basically just built through reading the material in this game. Once we inspect the bed twice, we are going to head out of the room. So now we're in the room with the really annoying fax machine that just doesn't shut up ever. We're going to go ahead and inspect that mask that's on the edge of the table over here, or statue. I love how all the characters just stand stiff. So we'll go ahead and talk to Beth. She's basically he's looking for Helen, and Helen just left. So now we go over and we go ahead and grab the Scissorman's rubber mask. It's basically just a piece of garbage mask that you could buy at Party City. We'll talk to Danny. He's basically letting us know that there's a newspaper journalist here that wants to have a convo with us about the recent attacks. Now, technically, ClockTower 1 isn't the first clock tower. We never got the actual release of ClockTower on the SNES in America, so it came out on the Famicom, the Super Famicom. So this is technically the US's first clock tower, but technically it's ClockTower 2. We'll go ahead and inspect Harris's desk, which is in the corner. And after we do that, we're going to head out of here. So we want to go ahead and we want to speak to Harris twice. Basically, we just want him to verify things about Jennifer, something we wanted to see her about, as you can see. Now, a lot of this, since the game is point and click, is a matter of how many times you initiate a conversation. Some conversations you have to try to weed out what a person needs to say, get a certain dialogue. So we're going to bring Professor Barton over to the elevator. So we'll let Professor Barton have a conversation with these fine news reporters that look like they just came from an arcade. Nolan's just yapping, trying to find out information about Scissorman. You know, everybody thinks the professor has the answers to everything. They basically are just trying to find out who the killer is, why he uses a random giant big ass pair of scissors that literally just chop, chop, chop. It's a very weird idea, and I feel like they deviated away from it in the later clock towers. Like Clock Tower 2, I've actually never played, and Clock Tower 3 is absolutely different. So these guys are just, they work at the Yap factory, they just don't shut up. And now we have to get back to the lab because they distracted us long enough. Now there will be a lot of dialogue in this game. This game is built for hiding and dialogue. So remember, this game came out in like 1995. It's literally as old as me, so we'll pay it the homage it deserves. If you double tap on the mouse, whether you're playing on the computer's emulator or you're playing on a PS1, you'll run faster. Thank God they have that. Now, as we head back in, we have an option to send this statue somewhere. So there's a boy from the original game, or I guess a situation prior, that survived the attack of Scissorman. Now we have this statue. We want to send it to the butler. That's very important. And I'll explain why later. Because you could have the librarian take a look at it, Dr. Sullivan, but that's if you want a different ending. Again, we're going for the A ending, the first ending, which is the Jennifer ending. Doing a little bit of the hop step right there. I don't know what he was doing. Rick the Butler. That's his name. I couldn't remember it for the life of me. My God. Yeah. Harris, take that out of my hands. Alright, so he's going to basically go drop it off at the butler at the mansion. And now Dr. Bart is going to go ahead back to his office and speak to the boy that survived the Scissorman attack. Now, there's a really funny pun with this boy that I'll explain later on, but can't right now. But just trust me, you guys will love it. Basically, she's his guardian. He has amnesia to a degree. He doesn't really remember what happened because of the shock of everything that took place that day. I mean, it was just absolute chaos. Dr. Barton doesn't give two fucks, so he's just, very aggressive. What happened? God, the saving was super duper loud. You don't have to save in this game. This game's like about an hour and 15 minutes long, but I went ahead and did. So now we take over as Jennifer. Okay. So now we have the map. And our first destination is we're going to go ahead and speak with little Edward. Jennifer needs to try to remember and understand at the Norway International Hotel a little bit more about him. basically, Edward wants to go ahead and go with her to the mansion because she wants to try to figure out what took place, because Jennifer was, I believe, the main character in this Super Famicom version of ClockTower. So now we're going to go back to the world map. We were at the Norway International Hotel. We are going to head down to the University Research Center. We have to go ahead and, I think it said find Helen. So once we go ahead and talk over there, we're going to go back to our house, and Jennifer just realizes, wait a minute, there's somebody standing outside my house. Again, very poor acting. I mean, this game was made a million years ago. I'm a million years old. Who's this goofball in my room? Hey, Nolan. I don't know if you could hear me, Nolan, but get out of my room. Alright, so scenario 1. Okay, so now we're on the streets. Don't worry, Jennifer, it wasn't anything. It was just your cackling boots slamming on the stone.
Please, someone help me.
And this is as fast as she can move. I'm pretty sure she could run. I'm trying to spam the mouse button, but you know.
What's wrong?
Help! Someone is following me!
Some kind of weirdo?
Alright, so now Scissorman is on our tail for the first time, and we're going to have to hide from him. We're going to go right in the first room. Once we enter the room, we're going to hide in the box to the bottom right of the screen. Guy didn't stand a chance. So before we leave the room, we're going to go ahead and look at this tool wall. And we're going to grab the oil can. Very important. Then we're going to make our way back out the door. We'll continue down the hall, and right after the elevator, there's a white door. We're going to go right in there. I believe there's a security guard that was... I think he's dead, but it looks like he's just chilling and not paying attention. Yeah, the chair's knocked down, so I'm assuming he's just absolutely sliced. So we grab the ladder key that's laying literally on the desk, and we're going to make our way out of here. I'll be covering all of the ClockTower games. One ClockTower game that I know absolutely best is ClockTower 3, so you better believe we'll be doing that. And anyway, we're going to just go ahead and take Jennifer and head up the stairs. There's an emergency ladder right before the red door. So now we're going to go ahead. At the top of our screen is our inventory. We're going to go ahead and use the ladder key. Now we're going to get the hell away from this building. Inspector Guts. We're going to go ahead and have a conversation with him. He believes that the murderer is a monster, so now we have Helen, Jennifer, and Inspector Guts in the area. Or I forget what he calls himself, assistant inspector to the, assistant to the regional manager, the office style. It's amazing that Gotts actually thinks that the police officers will be able to stop Scissorman. When the crime was committed, there was literally 2 guards that were absolutely brutalized. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and head over to the newspaper company. Oslo Week's newspaper. Again, the way this game works, it's all just where to go and when to do it. Alright, we have to go ahead and find Helen. Helen is also a key importance, so we're going to go back to the research building. She's got her own ending, but she's important to the story. I guess Helen works at the app factory too. Everybody just talks. But basically, we're just trying to find out some locations, telephone numbers, like where Professor Barton is. And basically, now Jennifer is on the hunt for the statue that Professor Barton sent. So now we have to go to the location of where Rick the Butler was. So now we go back to the paper company because we're looking for Nolan, the one who was just like chilling in our house. So basically, we're going to take over as Nolan, and we're going to go ahead and head over to the mansion where Rick the Butler resides. Ah, nice and relaxed inside Rick the Butler's area. So basically, Rick is talking about the Barrows family and that they've owned a mansion in England, and apparently that's where Scissorman's origin resides.
Nolan, I was given this chandelier as a farewell present when I retired.
So it used to hang in the Barrows mansion.
Yes, what wonderful times they were. Except for...
The chandelier has fallen and he is ketchup. Yep, Rick's fucked. He's dead. Good night. So now we know something's up here. We're controlling Nolan. We're going to go to the door to the far right. Somebody is inside the house with us. We're going to go right ahead and head up the stairs. And you guys know that clanking noise. It means Scissorman is here. So we went in the door up the upstairs to the left. Funny enough, Scissorman came right through. We're going to go ahead and hide in the closet, because Scissorman is going to make his way in. Dummy, you gotta check everywhere. Alright, so as we shut the closet door, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. Oh, I guess there's something inside. I played this a while ago, forgive me. The statue was actually hidden inside of the closet. Wow. So yeah, that's the location of the statue that Jennifer was talking about. Something ominous, basically, about it. We don't know what the statue is for yet, but it has some dark, evil feeling towards it. So right here, I think I was deliberating on what I have to exactly do, because this game can get a tad bit confusing. We're going to go right inside of this door that faces left of the camera angle. And just for like a little extra tidbit, you could turn on the TV right here. But I think you might have to find the remote. I don't know. This game plays like a Windows 95 game. You know, you can't really expect too much. But with Scissorman chasing us around, you never know. And as soon as we go in, this is a little cameo. Scissorman is literally chilling, just watching cartoons. So now the Scissorman's on our butt cheeks again. We're going to go ahead, go to the bed. We're going to grab the blanket. Throw that blanket right on him. Absolutely stuns him. Don't know how, but we're not going to question. So we basically just stun the enemy of the game with a blanket. We're going to go in the room right next to him. We're going to head down the stairs. Come back out this way. dude is squished. We're gonna go right past him. Sorry, Rick. And we're going to head over to this door, the only door on this left side. Far right door. Now this room is dark as shit. We're gonna come over here. Grab the detergent. This could be used to blind someone. So we have powder soap. And basically there's like an animal outside. I believe it's a dog that is vicious and is going to try to bite us and harm us so that Scissorman can catch up with us. So we kind of have to throw this soap in order to like divert it from attacking us. So now we went back to the main lobby, we went to the door to the far right. We're now inside of the dining room or kitchen of this house. So now we've confirmed the location of Barrow's Castle. Flying chairs attacking us. We're gonna go ahead and throw that vase that we grabbed earlier. Boom. Destroyed the mask. So now we're gonna head back to the door. I know a lot of this game can be confusing, but that's why if you follow the steps that I do to a T, you'll, get the best ending. Trying to get over to the blinds. This game has a horrible way of doing that. Yeah, so the dog is pretty vicious. So in order for us to get past him, that powdered soap detergent that we grab, we're going to have to throw. No dogs were harmed in the making of this 95 game. We're just going to go ahead and throw the soap so that he doesn't rip our arm off. Here, take this! And basically it just scares him. And off we go. So I'll make another save because now we're heading to Barrow's Castle, which is actually the last section of this game. Again, this game is not very long. It's like an hour and 15 minutes. So once we make our save, I believe we take control of Jennifer. And we're in our famous red outfit. We have to stop over at the newspaper company, I believe, one more time. Talk with Nolan about what he just had happen to him. So we're going to go and talk to Inspector Gotts. So basically, our last pit stop is we're going to take Edward with us to the Barrows Castle because he wants to find out information as to why he has amnesia. So we're going to have a conversation with Kay. The secret of Scissorman. I don't want him going. So basically, Jennifer is sitting here talking everybody into basically, we got to go to this castle. We got to know what the hell is going on. And the last person we need is Helen, because she's always missing. So now we have Nolan and Helen. We're basically letting them know we are 10 people deep, traveling on a party bus to the infamous England Manor, the Barrow Manor. Inspector Gotts. So it looks like right now, Helen and Inspector Gotts are the only ones that are chilling by the party bus. Yes, it's a party bus. They have a disco ball in it. Jennifer, the main character of this playthrough, is now missing. So the goal is to head to the castle. Just so you guys know, the last scenario has no save, so if you do get killed by any sort of trap or creature or anything, you have to restart from your most recent save.
Don't be afraid, Jennifer. It's me, Harris.
Harris?
Poor girl. Don't worry. I'll help you now.
Where are we? Where is everyone? What's that costume?
He told me. He told me that if I kidnap you, he will give you to me. He told me to dress up like Scissorman and kill people.
Yeah, Harris is a psycho.
Jennifer!
No, don't come any closer.
First thing we're going to do, leave the room. Going to go to the room all the way to the left. And we're going to hide behind the overalls, I guess, or the jackets. This intelligent being can't see us. Boom. Knocked out. Don't press anything in this room. If you press anything in this room, it's a prompt usually for a different ending of the game. We're going for ending A. So there's a specific thing we have to grab in this room. Through the robes. We go ahead and grab the stair key, and then we can exit. So right over there by the ladder for the library is a foreign note. Unfortunately, Jennifer cannot read it. Helen can. Heather, what am I thinking of? Silent Hill 3 or something? So we're going to come over to this box over here. Or this plate, I should say. It's a copper plate. And now you have to memorize those locations. So sun, moon, star. It could be different for anybody's signature playthrough. They randomize it. So just remember the order in which they're at. What's on top, left, right. We're going to make sure we have the stair key equipped. And we're going to go see if Inspector Gotts is okay.
Jennifer, you're still alive.
Inspector Gotts! Thank heaven, you're all right.
It's Assistant Inspector.
Inspector Gotts? I'll go and look for the others.
It's Assistant Inspector. Anyway, be careful.
So as you saw, we put the key in that little square keyhole and a stairs appears. This is somewhat of like a torture room, as you can tell. The blood kind of gives that indication that like Inspector Gotts is cooked, but he's actually alright. Okay, so basically when you're inside of the Barrow Castle, you want to move and go through the right doors correctly. So basically you have to follow the prompts that I'm doing. So we're going to go over here to the middle table. There is a rat on it, like the nightstand. That'll indicate that we have to run over to this other one over here. And basically what I meant by that is time is of the essence. Each door you go through wrong will have Scissorman appear, and sometimes you run out of places to hide. So it's definitely important to go to the rooms that you need to go to in the correct, like, order. So the third door on the right, on the bottom floor, we're going to go through the square door first. Wooden door. This castle is literally a maze, so you just got to make sure you're going to the right places. Through the kitchen, we're going to go over here. Now the floor is a little jank, something's up with it. There's a switch over on that bookshelf that lets us go down into the wine cellar. Now it's very important we go into this wine cellar because in order to get the certain camera angle we need, since this game was old and very weird with camera angles. Once you go back to the ladder, you hear a noise coming from behind it, and that's where we'll find our first survivor.
Beth!
Oh, Jennifer! It's you!
Are you hurt?
No, I'm all right. He's going to kill us anyway. I don't want to go any further.
We can't get upstairs anymore.
Why would we want to go upstairs?
Because we might be able to find a way out of here.
There probably isn't a way out. But if you really want to go, take this key. I found it a little while ago. I don't know what it opens, but it'll probably open something in this mansion.
So Beth doesn't want to move, but she's safe. So now we can climb back up the cellar. We're going to go back to the way we came, right through the wood door. So if we go a little bit farther down the hallway, there's another wooden door. And now we're inside of a random bedroom. And underneath the blanket is a large book. Yeah, they couldn't give us a name or anything, just copper book. Love it. So now we'll go through the triangular door. Make sure you have the foreign note out when you talk to Professor Barton.
Jennifer.
Professor Barton? Professor Barton? Are you all right?
I'm not injured. This is an extremely important experience for me. Because here I am at the site of the murders. A very, very intriguing situation.
Oh, Professor Barton, I found something I would like you to look at. What does this say?
It is in Latin. Words to open the door. Below that is written Nha-e-shu.
What does it mean?
I don't know. It means to open a door, just as it says, but it doesn't say which door.
A door.
Professor Barton's got that sarcasm. Well, what does it mean? It says open the damn door. So we go to the right. We obviously take the board off of the door right there. We have a coffin. What looks to be a mummified Scissorman. Inside is the box key. We're going to take it off of the Scissorman corpse. Now there's a rope right over here. So there's a section in this game right here where bats will attack you, and there's no other way to get around this section. So this is just, you do, like, Jennifer takes, a hit from it, but it's uncontrollable. Like, in order to do this ending, you're always going to get hit there. It basically is trying to prompt you to use the rope to tie that door shut. So damage that can't be avoided is no damage at all, or counted.
Helen! Are you all right?
Helen was literally locked in a trunk.
Are you all right? Yes, but my head hurts a little.
Is there a way out of here?
I don't know. But I do know one thing. If we don't kill Scissorman, he'll kill us whether we get out of here or not. Jennifer, there must be a way to destroy him in this mansion, and I must find it.
So once we hear that music and the ching ching ching, it's time to get the hell out of here. We're gonna head right up the stairs. Somehow he was in that room with us. We're gonna go over to the door all the way, the only door you can go to up the stairs. So now we're not going to go through the door, but we're going to walk alongside the castle and completely outrun Scissorman, because as we come into that room, if we try to use that door, Scissorman will literally try to grab us, and once we go and climb through the window and into the door,
Jennifer.
we find Nolan.
Nolan, you're alive! Where is everyone?
I don't know. Scissorman attacked us, and everyone scattered. Ah! Ow!
Nolan, you've hurt your leg.
Just a cut. I'll be all right if I rest.
Nolan, I'll go.
By yourself?
I'll come back after I've found and killed him. What was that?
You saw them too? I've seen them a few times already. They are probably the ghosts of the children killed here.
So many.
Alright, so after we see the ghosts of children that were killed in the Barrow Castle, which is terrifying, we are getting very close to the ending of the game. So after the triangular door, we're going to go ahead and go through this square door right before the opened hallway. The key that we obtained is going to go right in there. So we're going to go ahead and grab the chair, because there's something at the top of this bookshelf that we can't reach. And we got the lambskin parchment. It's all about the Barrow family genealogy. The 13th generation, it says traitor. So whoever Quentin Barrows is seems to be a traitor within the Barrow Castle. So there looks to be like skid marks on the ground in which you could move this bookshelf, and there's a hidden passageway. Now, when I told you guys to remember about the order of this puzzle, this is what I meant. So we're going to take the sun path, because that was the one that was on top. And if you remember which one was on top, that'll lead you to a door and not fall to spikes and die, which is just ridiculous. Funny enough, as non-difficult as this game is, remembering everything to do is quite a challenge in itself. So now we have this oddly shaped dagger. And a new creature, so we're just going to rush to the door. Now we could go through that hole-in-the-wall entrance, and we end up on the second floor again. We're going to backtrack to the door that we started off the Barrow Castle with when we crawled through that fireplace.
Looks like we're in a bit of a jam, doesn't it? I think you should keep these matches.
Matches?
Maybe you'll need a light.
Thank you, Tim. What are you going to do now, Tim?
I'll rest a little more, then try to find a way out. I'm not too sure I'll find one, though.
So now that we spoke to Tim, we just need to count and make sure we have all of the survivors that we have met throughout the game, that we have found, that have come to the island with us in England. So now we have the candle equipped, as you saw me grab, and we're going to go ahead to the door underneath the stairs on the left side of the camera. Okay, the fourth picture in, we're going to look at that one. And that's going to be the picture of Quentin Barrows. He is the 13th generation. Remember, it said he's the traitor. So, right behind it is a note. So now we're going to equip this key. Actually, no, we're going to equip the candle. And we're going to go back through that open-doored hallway. First door on the right, bada bing, bada boom, go right through. And now we're going to go to the fireplace. We're going to look through it once, but we're not going to look through it again. Because if you look through it again, something grabs you and you die. I'm not kidding. We're going to use the candle right here. And then we're going to use the match. And if we have the candle, whatever would be inside of the chimney or the, fireplace, couldn't think of the word, I was drawing an absolutely hard blank, cannot come down there and kill us like any creature or try to follow us if we leave a light there, so we won't get ambushed. We're going to make our way back downstairs, use the left-right door, or her left. Her left and our left, so I don't know, again, what I'm saying, but you know. Triangular door, as soon as we go through that door, and now we're over by the waterfall, if I could speak. Now, it gets a little tricky pressing that. You're going to want to press on the moss, because trying to press on that metal plate that's on the ground, you literally can't press on it with the arrows, so you kind of have to hit the moss. Certain parts of this game require you to hit certain weird aspect textures of the game in order for it to register. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we have the statue equipped. Stand right on top of that plate. And Jennifer is going to jump in and go through the vent. Again, I believe I was having an aneurysm trying to get down that because, she kind of just stands there and runs back and forth, so you're screwed.
I know you're a good boy. Let's
So, it was you, Edward.
And the plot twist is revealed.
Finally out, Jennifer. But my name isn't Edward, it's Dan.
You don't mean? No!
So, you remember me now.
Jennifer!
No!
Come here, you scissor-fingered little runt! Just try it!
Open the door and show me the way.
So we need to let go of the statue, or we need to use the dagger. And that does it, folks. That is all survivors. The first ending, the Jennifer ending. No damage throughout the game.
I wonder how many days have passed since we were locked in here.
Days? I think it's been only a night.
Are we going to die like this?
Don't worry. I'm sure Helen will rescue us.
You know, you're tough.
No, you're just weak. Helen?
Jennifer! Nolan!
Helen? Helen? Helen!
And that's it, folks. That's ClockTower 1. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you do, please leave a like and comment, and even leave a subscription. We're at 17.6 subs now. We got the ending rank A. All survivors, the 7 of them were saved. And again, thank you so much for the support throughout everything. I hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween and stay safe. This is the Notorious Base signing out. I'll see you for the next one.